Hey everyone! How are y'all doing today? So happy to be back here. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Hey TikTok, let me go live on Instagram. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments. Tonight is going to be super duper fun. We're having a story time. Hey Instagram. All right, y'all. I'm live in all the places. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Krys the Maximizer. I'm a coupon strategy coach, and I'm here to help you save money by shopping with a purpose. And I'm also here to help you make money. All right. So I need to kind of be like a money coach because I help you save money and I help you make money. And for tonight's video, it's kind of a video. Tonight's live. It's kind of a continuation of my anniversary party that we had last week. By the way, thanks to everyone who showed up to the anniversary party. Shout out to all of you guys. It was so much fun. I felt so good. I was so excited afterwards. It was so nice to like spend the night with you guys and spend some time and work, but not really. So I do really want to thank you guys so much for joining me last week if you watched. But for tonight, I just want to talk a little bit about my story of how my side hustle saved my life. A lot of people always like ask me how I started my business, why I started my business, how I was able to, survive these past 2 years as a full-time business owner. And I shared with you guys that it wasn't easy, but I want to go into a little bit more about like how I created that plan and that strategy while I still worked at a 9 to 5. So that way, when I got fired or if you're planning to quit, you're able to make like a seamless transition. All right. So again, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. If you want to start a side hustle, type side hustle in the chat. If you want to start a side hustle, if you already have a side hustle, let us know in the comments what your side hustle is. But if you're like, I really want to start one, I want to make some money on my own time, just type side hustle in the chat and I'll definitely chat it up with you guys. And I'm also open to doing like a call with you to see like what side hustle will be great for you to start and how we can work together to get you started in that. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit. I'm not going to be on here long because I got to finish my hair. No, hopefully it looks cute to y'all, but I got to finish it because it ain't done. I want to just talk to you about how I started my side hustle and how it actually saved my life. So I told you guys before in the last video or the last live I did that I've always been a hustler. Since I was like 9 years old, I was always coming up with a business, a way, hey Shadow Puppy, a method, some way to make money. I fundraised my way through college. I fundraised my way through high school. I had 2 and 3 jobs. I would babysit. I would help my family out. I would sell stuff. I would do whatever I could do to make extra money. So that hustle gene has like always been in me. So when I got my first full-time job, when I moved to Florida, I was an admin and then I also was a server. So that was 2 jobs. The serving job was kind of like my side hustle. The day job paid all the bills. The side hustle, the serving job was kind of like side play money. But throughout that, I was always trying little things online. I've tried online marketing. I did not get into any MLMs, thank goodness, but I've done online marketing. I've done trying to like sell small things online. And then in 2015, I tried to sell my first coupon classes where I sold a few of them, but I just didn't have like the mindset that was there. So my first couple bigger side hustles, I would say, is the online marketing. I did really good with that. I made a few $100s every single month. And then the next thing I did is I started a recruiting business where I recruited nurses. And it wasn't like me going out and get the clients. I worked with the company who provided you with clients and kind of like paid your referral fee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see so many of you guys jumping on. Hi, hi, hi. I'm telling my story about how my side hustle actually saved my life. And I did the recruiting nurses for like a year, almost a year. And I was doing it for the money. I wasn't doing it because I liked it. I was a recruiter by day. So it was something that I was good at. It was something that I was getting results in, but the passion wasn't there. So when you have a side hustle, the passion has to be there. You have to enjoy it. You have to like it. It has to be more than money. Because when the money's coming in, it's kind of good, but you can still get burnt out. I know people who've made a lot of money and then like burnt the business down and was like, yes, the money is good, but I don't like what I'm doing. I don't love what I'm doing. There's no passion behind it. So like, I don't want to do this anymore. And people are like, oh, you're going to stop $1 million business? And they're like, yeah, because I don't love it. So it was not $1 million business for me, nowhere near that. And it got to the point where I was spending more money to run the business than I was making. And my passion was just like long gone. Like, I would rather watch TV than actually work in the business. So my side hustle saved my life on one aspect is because it kept me productive. And that was while I was going through the hardest time I've ever had at my 9 to 5. I was always like a really hard worker. I was always one of the best workers. You could always call on me. I was very rarely late, called out, anything like that. So I was going through a really tough time at my 9 to 5, and having my side hustle really saved me in the sense of I had something to like look forward to. I had something to work for. So it made going to my 9 to 5 just a little bit easier because I knew I could go home and work for myself. So in August 2018, I started this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel has single-handedly saved me, y'all. In the sense of I had something to look forward to. I was praying every day in my 9 to 5, like, Lord, remove me from here before I lose my mind. Like when I felt like I was like, let's just jump off a cliff. Like it really got that bad. The pressure, the anxiety, the being in a sales performance role. And then if you have a bad month, like sometimes you just can't get over that hump, right? So having my YouTube channel to come home to every day, I was like, this is what I want to do. I love couponing. If you like couponing, put a money sign in the chat if you like couponing like me. Put a money sign because we're saving money. If you like couponing, put a money sign in the chat. I was like, I love couponing. I love helping people. My YouTube channel allows me to coupon and help people all together in one, and I can make money from it. So it breathed new life into me, right? So for over 9 months, so 9 months in 2019, for a year, I worked 40 hours at my 9 to 5, and I worked probably 15 to 20 hours a week on my YouTube channel. It allowed me to stay productive. It allowed me to stay motivated. It allowed me to see that there was more to life than a 9 to 5, retire, and pretend to live your life. I don't want to live my best life at 65. No offense to those of you who are mature and over that 60 hump, but I don't want to wait until I'm 60 to start enjoying life. Like I want to use my PTO now. I want to travel. I want to enjoy my family, have more kids. Like I want to live my life now. And I don't want to live it at the expense of like someone else puppeteering me around and telling me when I can take off, what time I have to show up, when I can leave. Like I'm gonna give you guys a perfect example. Kinsley's soccer practice starts at 5, okay? Mondays and Wednesdays. I used to get off of work at 5. I would have to get special permission or come into work early, 30 like an hour, because I would need to leave work to pick her up and then get to the soccer practice. So I would probably be needing to leave around like 3:45. So that means instead of coming to work at 9, I have to be sitting down at my desk like by 8 and praying that my boss would be like, okay, you can leave at 3:45 on Mondays and Wednesdays to take your kids to soccer practice, because soccer practice starts at 5, right? And even if it started at 6, I would have been cutting it really close trying to like pick her up and all that stuff. So the point is, I saw the opportunity that I could have on the other side of that side hustle. So it made me work even harder on my YouTube channel. That's why I was posting 7 to 10 videos a week. I have no idea how I did it. Just thinking about 7 to 10 videos a week right now, like makes me exhausted, and I do this full time. So my side hustle helped me through my 9 to 5. I had set up a solid foundation. I had set up a routine. I am the coupon strategy coach. Everything we do over here is strategy. When it comes to business, when it comes to life, even with family, there is a strategy for everything. So I had a plan of like what videos I post on each day. I had a plan of how I edit my videos, how I make my thumbnails, how I put my description boxes together, how I decide my titles. I had a plan already in action. The side hustle was already making me money. Then I started my membership, so people were paying me to get their questions answered. So I had like 2 streams of income set up. I had 2 strategies going. So when it was time for me to get fired, I was already planning to quit. But when it was time for me to get fired, I literally could jump in to where I was with the side hustle and just turn it into a full-time job. So instead of spending 20 hours a week, when I first went full-time, I was probably working like 60 hours a week, but it just wasn't like the traditional 60 hours, right? I was taking like Fridays off, but I was working like all day on Sunday. I was taking Saturdays off. I was working really late, waking up super early. I was like so motivated. Like I had so much energy. I would take a power nap and I would just get stuff done. So the side hustle saved my life because when I got fired, I had something to jump into, right? When I got fired, I already had a strategy. When I got fired, I had already been educating myself. So if you're looking to start a side hustle, my biggest advice is to start with a strategy, plan. Even if your side hustle is you want a boutique and you want to sell clothes, but you don't have the money right now to buy the clothes, your plan right now should be look up vendors, price it out, decide what your first pieces are, what sizes are you going to sell, what type of clothing are you going to sell in your boutique. Are you doing children's? Are you doing men's? Are you doing women's? Are you doing plus size, right? Are you going to do like a specific area or a specific genre of clothing? Are you going to do evening gowns? Are you going to do jeans and t-shirts? So you could do so much research without actually purchasing the clothing, deciding on your name, building up your social media, building up the hype that like the boutique is coming soon, right? We're not Beyonce, so we can't just do an album in the middle of the night or announce a concert and have it sold out. Like we're not Beyonce. We don't have that know, like, and trust factor with our audience there. So we need to build it up. So if you want to start a boutique, but you're not going to be able to buy the clothes for another 3 to 6 months, start it now. Start the Instagram now. Start telling people right now, I'm starting a high-end women's boutique. Let me know what pieces you would like to see in my boutique. Like, what kind of clothing are you looking for this fall? Build up your clients now without selling them anything. So you have something to jump into. So when it's time for you to buy the clothes, you're not doing everything from scratch. Once you buy the clothes, you're just going to be implementing them in to the routine that you already have. If that makes sense, type yes in the chat. So it's all about having that plan, having that strategy, executing it. And then when something comes, a pivot, a roadblock, a hurdle, a monsoon, a hurricane, a rainstorm, you are prepared. You are ready. Because if we sit and wait on the business until you have all the money, you quite possibly won't start. My other advice for a side hustle is start something that does not cost you money, make money, and then use that money to do the thing that you want to do that costs money, if that makes sense. So if you want to start a high-end boutique, right, but you don't have the money to buy the clothing, why don't you be a personal stylist? It doesn't cost you anything to be a stylist. People pay you to find the clothes, but they pay for it and they pay you to style them. So if you're a fashionista, I am not, I would not be a good stylist, but you get what I'm saying. I could get a couple clients that are paying me a few $100, $1,000 a month to style them, show them what clothes they should buy, show them what looks good. You do that for 3 to 6 months, and then you take that money and buy the clothes to start your boutique. Make sense? What can you do that does not cost money for you to start, and then use the money that you earn from that to do what you want to do that has money? So that is kind of what I did with my side hustle. It didn't cost me anything to start the YouTube channel. I literally started with my phone. I had no lights. I had no microphone. I literally started with my phone. And before I made money, I had my YouTube channel for a whole 5 months before I got my first check. September, October, November, December, January. I had my YouTube channel for 5 months before I made a single dollar off of it. So yes, it was all investment, but it was $20 here, $40 there. I bought my first microphone. It was like $20. I bought my first like tripod thing to carry around in the store. That was like $20. I bought my first ring light. That was like $20. And then I bought a microphone, if I didn't say that. So in those first couple months, I probably only spent $100 to $150 investing in the YouTube channel. And then I'm trying to think what else I was paying for back then. Not a lot. I didn't pay for any ads or anything. I literally just bought the equipment. I used my existing computer, and it wasn't until like the following March when I started making money that I actually bought a new computer. Okay. Hey, Geraldine. Nicole says she wants to start a side hustle. Nicole, you signed up for the side hustle workshop, so I'm excited. So that brings me to, if you want to start a side hustle, type side hustle in the chat. And if you want help, I am here to help you. I am hosting on August 28th, which is this Saturday. I am hosting a Create Your Side Hustle workshop. So if you're like, Crystal, I want a side hustle, but I don't know what to do. I want a side hustle, but I'm trying to do 5 different side hustles and I'm not making any money. Or maybe I have a side hustle and I'm not making money. I need to get clear on what I'm doing. The Create Your Side Hustle workshop is for you. You are going to leave the workshop with your side hustle idea. How would it feel that after 4 hours of us working together, you had your clear side hustle idea of exactly what you wanted to do? That's going to be the first thing. Once you have your clear side hustle idea, we're then going to move into creating your first offer, which is going to be a product or service, something that you're going to sell around your side hustle idea. I'll give you an example using myself. I love couponing. So my idea is couponing. I want to teach people how to coupon. I want to help people save money. My offering is going to be the Money Saving Academy. It is a monthly membership community, but it's kind of hard to start with the membership when you don't have an audience. So I'm going to start with a coupon beginner class. The class is going to be digital. I'm going to do it live sometimes. I'm going to record that live and sell it. That's my first product. So that's my first offering of what I'm going to sell to the world. And then the third thing you're going to leave with the price. I'm going to price that coupon beginner class at $20. So we're going to go through that whole phase with your side hustle idea. Each person is going to leave with their side hustle idea, their first offering, and the price. And then you're probably thinking, Crystal, this sounds like a lot of work. I don't have time. The bonus that you're going to leave with is a time management plan. So you're going to have a plan. You're going to need to bring your planner, your schedule, your Google Calendar, whatever you have, because we're going to do like a time exercise. And we are going to find the time for you to work on this side hustle every day, every week, and every month to help you start making that money. So if you're like, I need this help, and you want to join these other ladies, and some of the sticky notes fell off, I need to add some more up here. If you want to join all of these lovely ladies in the Side Hustle Workshop, all you need to do is go to Krys. I'm driving people. You need to go to KrysTheMaximizer.com, click on the button that says August 28th workshop. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday. There will be a replay and there will be a workbook. The workbook you're going to get on Friday, actually, because you're going to do it during the workshop anyway. You'll get the workbook on Friday, and you also get access to the replay. So if you can't join us live, you still get the information. But if you've been struggling, if you've been on the fence, this is for you. If you already have a side hustle and you're ready to make consistent money, I have something for you, the Money Makers Academy, and the doors to that are going to open on Monday, and I'm going to give more details on that on Saturday. But first things first is the workshop to help you create your side hustle idea. It's only $39 for 4 hours, and that's what you leave with, okay? I'm glad I caught you. Glad you could join us, Jessica. I see lots of yeses. Chantel says, wow, so much confirmation. I just launched my first book after being unexpectedly laid off from my 9-to-5 during the pandemic. I thank God for the wisdom putting me time into my business. Yes. Yes, I love that. Hey, Coffee. I love that because sometimes you don't know why things are happening, but they're happening for a reason. And I look back and I was like, I didn't realize in that moment that my side hustle, that the YouTube channel was saving me. And I look back now and I'm like, that was it. Starting that YouTube channel and having that quick success in the beginning really motivated me and pushed me to be better. So when it was time for me to get fired, I didn't cry. I wasn't scared. I wasn't worried. I was like, I'm ready for this. I am so ready for this. Yes, I saw you work very hard making videos of CVS. I'm happy for you. Thank you, Marilyn. It was tough. Late nights, early mornings, frustrations, but I made it work. So I'm just here to say that if you make a plan and you implement that plan and you execute that plan, you can see the results you desire. They may not come as fast as you want them, and sometimes they may come faster than you expected. But when you put in that hard work, you will see the results that you desire. So I hope to see many of you in the workshop. There's still time to sign up. The workshop's on Saturday, again from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to chat with me to see if it is a good fit for you, all you need to do is send me an email or a message on Instagram, and I will have time tomorrow and on Friday to chat with you. Okay? That video made it seem like you felt released. Oh my God. Like I said before, I was happy. I called my mom, and my mom was like, thank God you got fired, right? When I tell you that I cried tears of joy, tears of happiness, I was so happy to leave that job. Like, just the amount of pressure, like, I just get a headache just thinking about how stressed I was, how uneasy I was, how put in a box I was. I'm so like, okay, so school, college, work, I always had to like put a lid on Crystal. I had to put a lid on my mouth of how I think, how I speak. Now, I still like, I'm not gonna make any like racist or rude comments, but I'm going to say what I feel. And I honestly don't really care about the reaction. As long as I am not directly like harassing or offending somebody, somebody's always going to be offended by what you say. But I'm not going to do anything that's like really derogatory. But what I'm trying to say is, in work situations, I even felt like sometimes you couldn't even just like express yourself. I'll give you guys an example of something that used to bother the hell out of me. So, the first thing that would really bother me is it will be obviously special rules for special people. If something good happens in the workplace, I can be excited. I can cry happy tears. We can celebrate. But if something negative happens and I cry because something negative happens, now I'm being negative. I'm being ungrateful. I'm being combative, I've even been called, because something negative happened. You asked for something and it doesn't turn out that way. So I'm sad. I miss my numbers. I can't cry. But if I make my numbers, we can cry and have drinks. So that used to piss me off. The other thing that used to piss me off that really used to hurt me is that my first director was, whoever came to her first, she believed their story. So because I was very high vibe, I was high energy. I am from the north, so I talk loud. I get very excited. I talk with my hands. So it can seem like that I'm yelling, but this is just me being very passionate, and they like couldn't take that. So my director told me to my face, the way that you grew up and the way that you speak at home is not an excuse for how you behave at work. So basically, I couldn't be me. I had to like simmer down and bite my tongue. And I can tell you guys this, 9 times out of 10, the feelings that I was feeling, the thoughts that I had, I was right in them. All the side conversations, I was right. But like out in the open to like the big bosses, it was like, no, you can't say that. You can't do that. And Coffee said over emotional. Yes, but this is the thing that bothers me. Should I say this or should I not? Yes, because it's always bothered me. We are emotional creatures, okay? And I would say this at work. If you're saying something to me about me, it's personal, and I'm allowed to get emotional, and I'm allowed to feel attacked. If you're saying something to me about me, I'm allowed to get emotional. I feel attacked. Okay? So when they would always say, take the emotion out of it, I'm like, what do you mean take the emotion out of it? You're talking to me about me. That is personal. And I got to the point where I was like, I'm tired of holding my tongue. I'm tired of like shrinking down for a job. It's really not worth it. It's not good for my mental health. It's not good for my physical health. It's not good for my emotional health. It's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, I couldn't take it anymore. So having my side hustle to look forward to every day really made it okay for me to wake up and go to work the next day. It was always like, you're working this until this can support you. And it has not been an easy ride to support me. Have I got an SBA loan or two during the pandemic? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? I didn't get that PPE, the PPP. I should have got that PPP, but I got an SBA loan or two, right? Did I have to cash out my 401k at some point? I absolutely did. It has not been all peaches and cream. It is not Crystal making $10,000 a month every month. That does not happen. That's only happened very few times, my friends. But what I'm saying is it has not been all peaches and roses. But what I'm dealing with now, I will take any day over the emotional turmoil that I had to be in an office place. Like, having somebody tell you when you could go on vacation, I can't even fathom that right now. The only thing I'm bound by right now is Kinsley has to go to school. And I don't want her to miss all these days of school because with the whole, you know what going around. If God forbid one of us gets sick, I want us to hold her days because we need to get better. But outside of Kinsley going to school, I can't even imagine somebody telling me like be somewhere at this time and that time. Like my calendar is not even open for people to start talking to me until like 10 a.m. Most days 11. So I couldn't imagine like really having to ask somebody that. Like the wait, like 2 years out, I'm just like, I live a whole different life now. I don't even know how to behave as an employee. I would definitely be fired like real quick. I would be fired real quick if I was in somebody's 9-to-5 corporation. The point of all of this is create the plan for your side hustle while you have a main hustle. So that way, if and when something happens, a pivot or something, you have something to step into. I was told after helping someone, that same person said, if I knew all I had to do was be, see, and those are the things that like really take you to another level. And let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell y'all this story because I should have told this on the anniversary. But these are some of the things that happened that made it bubble up to the point where it's like, I need the side hustle to work. So there was a time when my mother had breast cancer. I found out my mother had breast cancer. I applied for FMLA. I was approved for the FMLA, but I took intermittent FMLA, which is family medical leave, for the year. So my boss got so upset. She was like, you took FMLA for a year? Like, I can't afford to have y'all for a year. I said, it's intermittent. I'm going to take these 2 weeks while she has surgery and take care of her. But if something happens and I'm in Florida and my mom's in Maryland and my mother needs me, you better believe I am on a plane, in my car, on a train to Maryland. So I got that intermittent just in case something was wrong with my mom. So know this, my mom has cancer. I can't remember if this is before or after I left. So I did eventually go take care of my mom. I stayed an extra week, whatever. So something happened, and I'm not going to give y'all the whole story, but something happened where I was recruiting for a position, like an outbound position. Everybody else was doing inbound in the call center. My department was opening like a new area. So we went to the current inbound agents who used to work in outbound, right? So they came from outbound to inbound from a different company. And we said, do you guys know anybody else who doesn't already work here that will be great for outbound? We're opening the outbound department. So if you know anybody, send us their resumes so that we can contact them for the new. We were not recruiting the current workers because you're robbing Peter to pay Paul if you take somebody from department A and put them in the new department, because then you still got to backfill the new department. So we just asked those people for referrals. What had happened was some of those people weren't happy in their position. So they started to apply for the new role. the director of the call center, she not like that, right? So she wrote this nasty email, copied everybody in the effing world, right? Basically saying that me and this other recruiter came and tried to steal her people, and she wasn't having it. I wasn't copied on the email. The other recruiter was. They didn't put me on there, but they were talking about me to me, and she mentioned my name, but she didn't copy me in the email. So the other recruiter sent me the email. All caps, hell yes, to a VP. I did not give a crap. Okay? You are lying on me without the full information. And what makes it even worse is our office was in the HR office. So if I give you an example, this is my office, and this is the HR office. We were probably about 10 feet away from each other. So if she walked 5 feet and turned a corner, she would have been in our office. She came to HR twice that day, and I think she was talking about that issue. She came to HR twice that day. We could hear her in the HR, like speaking to them. I couldn't hear a conversation, but I heard her talking, right? So the point is, if that transpired, if you felt like we were stealing your people, why didn't you didn't address my director in person because her office was right across from HR. 2, we had a decent rapport. You could have been in the corner and said, hey, a lot of my agents are trying to transfer, like what's going on? And we could have explained the situation for you. But instead, you wrote a 3-paragraph email and lied, did not have the correct information. I went, you ain't gonna lie on me, and I explained the situation, and I put all caps. So my director is like, you can't write all caps to a VP. That's yelling at her. And I said, she lied on me. She did not have all the information. You taking up for her when I'm your person. She's lying on me. Go ask her people. She didn't even ask her people what the truth was. They just all said they wanted to transfer because they was fed up with her and couldn't tell her that. All right. So I sent the email. I get in trouble for going in all caps. And they're like, oh, she called us and she apologized. Well, she should apologize to the people that she accused, not to their leaders, right? So then my director tells me, she says, shoot, I just made myself forgot because I got so worked up. So, crap. The best part of the story, and now I forgot. Oh, she lied on me. I wasn't having it. Okay. So this is what my director said. She was like, she apologized. You know, she's really stressed. Her mom is really sick. So we should cut her some slack. I said, my mom is sick too. And you told me what's going on at home is not an excuse for work. So, and she just sat there red in her face because I'm giving back the words that she said to me, I'm giving to her. Her mother's sick. My mother got cancer too. What? Buck up. Like, why should I have sympathy for her? She's the VP. They're telling me that I should be the bigger person and go to her office and apologize. She lied on me. She lied on me, and she allegedly apologized to y'all, but you want me to apologize to her? That's what I'm not doing. So I had to go back into that area of the call center, and this witch yelled at me again, and I had to sit there and take it because there was nobody else around to vouch for me. So she yelled at me like, you can't come over here and take my people. And I was just sitting there like, I explained the situation to her. I didn't just sit there. Oh, shoot, I'm so excited. I'm knocking stuff down. I didn't just sit there and like take it. I explained the whole situation to her. And I was just like, it did not go down like that. Go ask so-and-so and so-and-so. It didn't go down like that. So eventually me and her hashed it out, but that was only because I was in her face and I wasn't about to let her have this narrative of me stealing her people. Eventually I had to go work with her and work for her, and it was fine. But my director, I was like, sis, don't tell me to cut her some slack when where is my slack? Why didn't y'all take up for us? Y'all doing all these private emails and crap, but publicly she lied on me. Don't privately apologize. She should have publicly replied all and said she had the wrong information. So why am I telling you this? Because that is one of many things that happened that like hurt me to my core. Oh, and let me tell y'all the last one and then I'm done. So because of this situation, I went to my Facebook. I wrote this one sentence. I said, regardless of title, never allow anyone to let you feel small. Always stand up for yourself. If you don't work in that company, if you don't work in my department, if you don't know what went on that day, you don't know what I'm talking about. We was dealing with Trump as the president. Freddie, this is around the time that Freddie Gray got murdered in Baltimore. This is around the time of the riots. This is around the time that unarmed Black men are getting shot in the streets. This is around the time that Baltimore was on fire. My whole entire family was in Baltimore, right? So I posted that. And the next day, my director had nerve to say, oh, some people felt like it was for them. And I literally told her, I said, well, if it's for them, it's for them. I said, but with everything that's going on in my personal life, anything that's going on at work, and anything that's going on in the world, all of that is affecting me. People throw around their weight and titles and forget that they are still people too. Your pants go on just like me. You bleed red just like me. You got a heartbeat just like me. Just because you're VP, director, CEO does not make you better than me. You still have to treat me with decency and respect. You don't just get respect off your title, right? If you nasty, I'm being nasty right back at you. But they want you to like suck up and kiss the asses of these directors and VPs and all of this and that. So she was very like upset, right? And I said, well, they shouldn't be looking at my Facebook. And then she had nerve to say, well, maybe next time before you make a post, you should ask me. And I said, no, it's my personal Facebook. If they don't like what I'm posting, they can stop following me. My Facebook has always been public. I don't care. I accepted almost everyone as my friend. I didn't care. Because when I first started that position, it was like a big networking thing. So, and I didn't delete anybody. I didn't block anybody. I wanted everybody to see my greatness and not to see me not back down. And I was like, no, you will not censor my Facebook. I said, and if they felt like it was for them, it was for them. I never posted it was about work. I never posted what happened. I never posted anything specific. I never said nobody's name. How dare you tell me you don't like my post? You don't know what's going on in my life. And I said, her and the rest of them, all y'all throw around y'all titles, but we're the ones that actually do the work. We're doing the day-to-day hard work. Y'all just managing and looking at us. Y'all are not in the trenches. How many phone calls did you make? How many people did you recruit? How many people did you hire in that class? How many emails and text messages did you send to hire somebody? Absolutely none. I was doing the work. So all of those things happening made me realize I can't stay in here. And when I run a company, I don't want my employees, my associates, I don't want my people to feel like that. I don't want your butthole to get tight because it's like, Krys is here. Like if I'm the CEO, I don't, Krys is here. No, I wanted to be like, Krys is here. If you do your work all the time, when the big bosses come, your butthole is not going to get tight. I'm like, I work hard all the time. 9 times out of 10, all of the leaders always liked me. The VP that fired me, she liked me up until like that last year. Up until like I got my balls and went like back at her, she liked me. When I was like all like, okay, yes, everything. But the moment that I stood up and I was like, I'm not dealing with y'all BS. Oh no, get her out of here. Because they want the sheep, right? So again, back to the side hustle. The side hustle saved my life. It showed me that I could make money outside of a job. It showed me that what I wanted to do with my life, I could do. I could monetize it. It showed me that I can make a plan, execute, and make money. Hi, son. Tell him I said hi. Like, literally, it showed me that there is more to life than just this. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people still have to have a job and work for someone else. I was not made to do that. I now realize that I was one of those people. I am not made to long-term follow. Now, in my 29 years of life, I didn't work for 29 years. I worked for, in my 17 years of working, okay, I had to follow. I had to go to college. I had to have all of those jobs. I had to learn what not to do. I had one really amazing boss. I really doubt she is watching, but shout out to LaShawn. LaShawn, my favorite leader of all times, showed me how to give your people a rope, and either they're gonna hang themselves or you're gonna end up giving them all the rope and letting them roam free and taking them off the rope because they know what to do, right? She was by far one of the best leaders I ever had. And when I'm running my business, I try to just embody a little teeny tiny bit of LaShawn because she was the best leader I ever had, right? But I needed to be in those roles to get to where I am today. Now, if I would have started fresh out of college in a business, I don't know how successful I would be. But I feel like I needed those experiences to get me here. Excuse me. But now, OnlyFans, stripper pole, anything. Uber. I'll sell clothes. Probably sell anything that's not illegal. Okay? I will do live coupon classes every week for $10 if I have to. I will do whatever. I will take out $100,000 loan. I will even contemplate going back to school to get a student loan before I get a job. It is that serious to me. Like, the side hustle showed me that I can have a business. The side hustle showed me that you can turn your passions into profits. The side hustle showed me that there is more to life than just a 9 to 5, retire and die. D's laughing at me. Hey D, I'm gonna need to just like call you. I'm gonna text you first before I call you. But I'm like, D, we need to talk. Okay, it's been a long time since I talked to you. I miss you. So like, the moral of this story is, if you want to start a side hustle, what the hell are you waiting for? I've cussed a lot. YouTube probably gonna demonetize this, take my video down. It is what it is. That's why if you don't know, I have a podcast, Couponing with Krys the Maximizer. It's explicit. I'm loving the explicitivity of the podcast because I can just say whatever the hell I want, and Apple's like, explicit, great. I have an explicit couponing podcast, right? Anywho, go listen. Couponing with Krys the Maximizer. Go listen to the podcast. I completely forget. I went on a podcast tangent. Start your side hustle. What the hell are you waiting for? Start today. Start yesterday. Or you can start Saturday in the Create Your Side Hustle workshop. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern. You're going to leave with your side hustle idea, your first offering, the price of your first offering, and a time management plan to help you fit it into your schedule. So with ease, you work on your side hustle every day, every week, and every month, and you start to turn your passions into profits, and you can actually make money. Y'all, I made $50,000 in 2020 from this business. Not quite as much as I made as a sales recruiter, but more than what I made when I was an admin, okay? $50,000 during the pandemic, I will take it, okay? That's what I did from the side hustle. But the year of the side hustle helped that business be successful. Make sense? Like, the year of putting in that hard work helped it be successful. It is not easy. But if you want to test out what it would be like to have a business, start a side hustle. If you want to see if you're made of it, start a side hustle. Make a few $100s every single month. You can do it. You can do it. And you can do a whole lot more with 30 minutes to an hour than you ever could have imagined. And we're definitely going to be talking about that inside the workshop too. So the workshop is this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a 4-hour workshop. There will be a couple breaks. It comes with a workbook. You're going to love it. So go sign up at krysthemaximizer.com. And I'm super excited. Are there any questions before I go? Because I did go on a little bit of a tangent, but I feel like when the Lord hits me with this stuff, I need to say it because some of us need to hear it. Some of us need to hear it. Some of us need to hear it. And I felt like that job was trying to break me. But I'm just so grateful that it didn't. And I'm so grateful that I got to become Krys the Maximizer. And side note, the reason why I'm Krys the Maximizer is partly because of that VP that fired me. Y'all, she was a shrimps nutcase. Like it was just shrimps, right? My number one strengths in the shrimp finders is maximizer. When I discovered that, I was like, this is me. I am the maximizer. So I did tell her, thank you. I'm like, I named my YouTube channel indirectly because of you. Because if she wouldn't have pushed the strengths on us, I would definitely would not be Krys the Maximizer. It would have took me a while to discover it. So I will give her that little bit of credit for bringing me to the Shrimps Finders to allow me to be like, I am Krys the Maximizer. And I love it. Like, I love it. I love her. Like, yes, she's a part of me, but like, Crystal loves Krys the Maximizer, okay? Crystal loves Krys the Maximizer. And it couldn't be Crystal the Maximizer because that's like too much. And like, Krys is like my nickname that only my family and friends call me. And I was just like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Any questions? You've come such a long way in your journey. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. You know, God probably made that job super uncomfortable to get you. Yes, coffee. Literally, I told you, I was every day from the time I had my hospital, my health issue, which happened in March, end of March. So from the end of March to August, I was literally like praying, like, God, get me out of here before I lose my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, let me not cry. I was like praying so hard. Like, I would get to the office, I would have a headache. I was not making my numbers. I was going like up and down with my numbers. Like if I need to hire 5 people on Friday, I would hire 6, but only 3 would show up. On Friday, I would hire 7 and only 4 would show up, and I needed 5. It was like an up and down battle. It was like before I was just recruiting so many people, and then I just hit this wall where it was like I couldn't pay somebody to come in for me. Like I couldn't do it. And I just kept praying, like, God, get me out of here before I lose my mind. Like I felt insane. Like I felt like I was going crazy. I felt like I was suffocating. It was really bad. It was really bad. That was another really depressing point in my life. And then just like to be in the hospital, literally bleeding, and have your boss call and be like, well, how many people do you have for Monday? And I'm like, I'm bleeding in the hospital. How about you wait? I'll be there in a couple hours. Like I should have got FMLA for that, honestly, because it was like 2.5 months of me dealing with this, and my boss knew, and she had to use that as one of the reasons for my boss the big boss to not fire me. She's like, I had to tell her because you've been in the hospital, so I had to tell her so that she wouldn't fire you. That's when she put me on a PIP. And then I got an extended PIP. And like everybody that could save me. And I think it just got to the point where they were just like, she can't be saved no more. But it's also so sad that you work somewhere for 4 years. You give 3 years of butt busting, top service, top recruiter, top everything, no complaints. And then you have 6 bad, well, I had 9 bad months. I had 9 rough months. All of them weren't bad. Probably 5 out of them were just awful. So I had 5 awful, terrible months. And it's like, they throw you away. Try 12 years. Yeah, it's sad, Suzette. It's so sad that you bust your butt. You do everything. And they could care less. You're like just a number. So one thing that I love about my business is pretty much everyone that works for me is an independent contractor. So we have a contract between me and that person. We can stop working together at any moment. I don't want to say I don't have rules for them, but we have a contract. We have an agreement, right? We have an agreement, what they're going to do for me, what I'm going to do for them, and we go from there. There's no like high expectations. There's no, you have to work at a certain point in time. Like even my community manager, Erica, I'm just like, answer the questions within 24 hours. I don't tell her when to work. I don't tell her how to work. I don't tell her what to do. I just ask her, can you do this and this and this? And as long as it's done by the due date, I don't care if she works at 3 a.m., 3 p.m., whatever. As long as the group is handled, that is all that matters. as long as the work can be done. Now, I know not everyone can work from home. Not everything can be this flexible, but you can find something. You can. Like, if you want to be a nurse, be a traveling nurse. Them traveling nurses are making bank, but they're not stuck at one hospital. There are rules you have to follow because nursing is a life or death job. I don't want to play with that, right? But there's a way to find the job, the career, the passion that you desire and make the money from it, okay? All right. Any questions before I go? Sign up for the workshop. I'll see y'all there. 23 years with the company, and they did not give. It's awful. It is so awful. That is so sad. She said they get paid. Yep. Them traveling nurses. I saw one, she was getting like $4,000 a week now. Like, crazy. It's sad, Veronica, because gone are the days where it's like you work hard and the company like is loyal to you. And then a lot of times people talk a whole lot of crap about like millennials, my generation, because we're going where it benefits us. So if that means we change jobs 4 times in 1 year to get where we want to go to move up, then we change jobs 4 times in 1 year. Whereas my mother's generation was more of like, work at this company and they're going to reward you and they're going to promote you. But it don't work like that no more. They don't care. So I got to be my own best advocate. No one is going to advocate for me like me. Not even Bay, because he got to advocate for his own self. I can only advocate for myself and Kinsley Shiamana, right? But you have to be your own best advocate because these jobs ain't loyal. So if they ain't loyal to me, why should I be loyal to them? That is why I was listening to a podcast or something where they said within the next 10 years, it's going to be like independent contractors. You're not going to have employees. So you're going to hire like that call center. They're going to hire independent call center agents to take the calls. They're going to decide when they want to work. They're going to decide how they want to work. It's not going to be like they're going to be dictating to them. It's not going to be like that. People are going to be so freelance that we're going to have to live a different life. Only essential personnel are going to be more so on a schedule. And that's just because we got to have nurses or else nurses and doctors, or else people going to die, right? But outside of them essential people and school people, anything that's non-essential, we're going to work on our own time. Like, So this was a huge rant. I hope this was helpful. If this was helpful, just type yes in the comments. Give me a heart. Give me a like. Give me a thumbs up. It's the end of the month. I'm trying to reach some YouTube goals. So if you are like, I don't have the money for the workshop, I don't have money to invest, can you just do me a favor? Watch a couple of my YouTube videos and let the ads play through. I make money from YouTube when you watch the ads. I'm trying to have a good month on YouTube. So if you could turn on one of my playlists, listen to the Coupon Beginner series, go listen to the podcast too, that I'm getting my downloads up so I can get more sponsors. But if you could go watch a couple of YouTube videos and just let the ads play, that would really help my family this month. Because like I said, it's not always easy. Some months I make a lot of money. Some months I make very, very little money. And it's a struggle out here. So if you could, out the kindness of your heart, pay for the workshop if you want to start a side hustle. If you can't pay for the workshop, please watch a YouTube video 2 or 10 and let the ads play through. That would really, really help me. That would really, really help. If you want to buy a product or service or you want to work with me one-on-one, shoot me an email. I do have packages available too. Right. So this was awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. I think I'll be live again on Thursday. I was supposed to be live yesterday, but hey girl, I was doing my hair and I need to go finish my hair. So I'll probably be live again on Thursday. So, which is tomorrow, actually. So, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.